What's going on, guys? It is June 29th, 2023, and we just finished up a long day. It's almost 6 o'clock. I got some good footage, some okay footage today. I'm about to show that to you here in 1 minute, but a couple weeks ago, well, really about a week ago, I got an email from Christian at New Calgon. He works for their social media team, and he sent me an email saying he wanted me to try some of their products and maybe feature it in some of my videos. So I said, sure, go ahead and send me some stuff. So he sent me a care package, and this is what he sent me. All right, let's take a look what's in the box. We got a coil cleaner gun. This thing is very nice. I've used it before, but I've never had one of my own. I've had one similar, so that's very nice. We got the New Bright coil cleaner, condenser coil cleaner. This is actually my go-to. I buy that by the gallon. Let's see, we got the Clean Air. This works very good. Odor neutralizer. You put this right in the return, you open the lid, put it right in the return duct, and it knocks out a lot of odors in the duct. I've used that many times before. All right, we got some Easy Seal, the big one. Does up to 10 tons. Very cool. All right, I've used that before. All right, got some New Calgon hand cleaner. We got two of these. This one does up to 3 tons and this one does up to 10 tons. It prevents drain pan overflows naturally. You put this right into the drain pan and the condensate flows over it. And we got a screwdriver. Very cool. Can't ever have enough of those. And then we got a box here. Oh, check that out. That is a very nice knife. Wow. That is very nice. Very cool. All right. Very nice. All right, and also in the box, we got these product bulletins. This one's for the Easy Seal. Front and back. Got frequently asked questions on there. This one is for the New Bright coil cleaner. This one is for the Pure Cool Green. And this one is for the coil gun. All right, gives you assembly instructions. Gives you a parts list too, in case you break or lose any parts on it. Gives you the part number so you can reorder it. So that's pretty cool. All right, very cool. This knife is very nice. I really appreciate this knife. Check that thing out. Very cool. All right, so some very good stuff in there that I use on a daily basis. So I really appreciate that, Christian. But all right, so let's get on with today's video, guys. Yep, we got a burn up wire here on a condensing unit. Capacitor terminals are in bad shape too, so we'll probably get a new capacitor, new piece of wire, and see if we can breathe life back into this old girl. This unit, I believe, is from 2005. Where's that panel at? Let's shut it off because the compressor's trying to start. Alright, let's take a look. We got our new 45/5 capacitor. Got our new wire. New 12 gauge wire. Other two wires are fine. I'm gonna put this back on and hopefully it'll start back up. So let's see what happens. The compressor started. Should have my meter on there, and it did. Seems like a lot of amps. It's rated for 17.3, so it's well below that. At least currently it is. Making good heat already. I'm not sure about this here. I don't know how that happened. This thing's so old, I wouldn't even want to mess with it. Push it back down and risk cracking it. Alright, we'll hook the gauges up to her. Alright, R22 system. We got 15 degrees of subcooling, 13 degrees of superheat, 71 suction, 193 head, 55 degree suction line, 41 degrees of saturation. This thing is running surprisingly well for how old it is. Here is the beautiful town of Crisfield, my hometown. All right, so that's how we started our morning off, and we got that all taken care of. And then our next call, we have to replace a compressor. So take a look. All right, we got a dead compressor. We're recovering the refrigerant out of it now. For some reason, there is a ton of oil shooting out of this thing. Well, we'll figure that out. So we're in the process of recovering it now. We're going to get that compressor out of there and put a new one in. All right, we're about to unsweat the compressor here. We got just about all the refrigerant out of it. Got my nitrogen hooked up. We're going to open this up so we can flow nitrogen while we are brazing. We got the one I disconnected, but the other one had a bunch of insulation on it, so we're trying to sand it down, get some of that off there. Somebody enjoyed a Hershey bar. I'm going to get that filter dryer out of there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that out and then put a stub of copper in there. We're going to put our new filter dryer inside. So we're about to do that next. All right, we got the filter dryer out. We burned the hell out of it taking it out, but we did get it out. That's why it's such a pain in the ass replacing it while it's down there, because you end up burning everything. So that's why I'm just going to put a little stub of copper in there and not worry about burning up the new filter dryer. All right, we got our little stub of copper stubbed in there. We'll put the filter dryer inside here in a few minutes, but we're getting ready to drop the new compressor in here now. There you go. All the holes line up. We just got to get this lined up and this guy lined up, and we should be good to go. Should have enough solder on there now. I'll just walk it around. Doesn't seem like I'm hot enough, but I don't want to get too hot. All right, we got our filter dryer in. We're sitting on a pressure test right now. Sitting at about 258. Let that sit for a few minutes. Then we'll hook up the vacuum pump her down. All right, we got our vacuum hooked up. We got our gas ballast open until we get down to about 1,500 microns or so. Then we'll close the gas ballast. Try to preserve our oil. To about 783. Go ahead and close the gas ballast and let her eat. Alright, whenever we do a compressor, we want to change the capacitor too, so we're going to pull this whole one off there. It's a 30 by 7.5, and we got a new 30 by 7.5 here. Alright, new cap installed. Kenny knocked that out for us. Good job, Kenny. Alright, we're down just to about to 500 now. We're going to let it pull for a little while longer. We're going to put the fan back in and stuff like that and get it buttoned up and ready for refrigerant. Alright, we're down to about 367. We'll go ahead and start a decay test and see where it ends up. Alright, we're filling with refrigerant now. Our holding charge is 6 pounds 15 ounces, so we'll call that 7 pounds. Don't have a very long line set here, but we might have to add a few more ounces. We'll have to see. We're already almost up to 5 pounds. All right, let's see what happens. Contactor's not pulled in. It's probably on a time delay. All right, there we go. We're off and running now. Sun's not even really shining. Alright, we have the proper charge in there, but this thing is running weird. I think we got a blockage in our TXV. So I think now we know what took out our compressor. You can see that very high subcooling. Superheat is okay, but our suction pressure is low. Head pressure is high. So is the subcooling. It opened for a minute, but then it shut right back. So we're gonna have to get a new TXV for this one. All right, we actually do have a 22-degree split, but these pressures are definitely weird. So that's definitely what took out the compressor. So we are going to get him a new TXV. It doesn't look horrible. It's just that that subcooling's way too high. I don't know. I might give it a few more minutes and see what it does. But that TXV is definitely not feeding enough refrigerant, it seems, right now. All right, guys. Same complex. We have a leaky filter dryer we need to cut out and replace. So that's coming up next. Right, now we're recovering this bad boy down, same complex, because we have a leaky filter dryer. So we are going to recover that down, do like we did over there, put a stub of copper in there, and then install the filter dryer inside, give it some more protection. All right, so we took right about 4 pounds, almost 4 pounds out of this system, and it holds about 8, so it lost about half its charge. All right, I'm gonna do the same way as I did the other one. I'm gonna heat it up and then pull on this, and I'm gonna flow nitro. I already got the nitro hooked up. We're gonna go out of my blue hose directly in the suction side, flow nitro, and then it's just gonna dump out right here. All right, we got our stub of copper in right here and looking good. I've decided against on this one putting it inside because it's a hassle doing that. We set off the smoke detector, we got to go inside there, so it's just as good right here. So we're going to go ahead and I've already got it sanded back. We're going to go ahead and sweat the filter dryer in right here. Matter of fact, I'm going to flip it over so at least it's the letters aren't upside down. All right, we got our nitrogen on. Our nitrogen is flowing. Getting our torch set up. Try to braze this in without burning any of the paint. We want to heat up the coupling part on the filter dryer first. Once we get that hot, by default, the pipe will get hot. Try not to burn the conduit here. Just gonna walk that around and then walk it around underneath. Should be good. We'll go ahead and work on the other one now. The other side. All right. All right, we're looking good. We didn't even burn the paint on the filter dryer. All right, we're gonna go ahead and fill it up with nitro, see if we have any leaks. This tank's almost empty here, but we're just gonna give it as much as it'll take. Looks like it took about 165 PSI. So we'll let that sit for a couple minutes. All right, we're pulling our vacuum on this guy now. See what it gets down to. It's a better look at the piece of copper I jumped in there. So I gotta put this guy back on. We strap that down, and there's our new filter dryer. Could probably put some new Armaflex on there too if I had it. We're going to start cleaning up. All right, we're down to about 376. I'm about to kill it now, and then we'll go ahead and charge it up. Yeah, guys, we had to cut this one short because we had the maintenance guy hanging around us, but we ended up with like 5 degrees of subcooling, like 4 or 5 degrees of superheat. It's running good, running a lot better. But the one we did with the compressor this morning, I got an update on that one, and I'll tell you guys about that here in 1 minute. Yeah, the TXV on the one we did the compressor on is bad. I believe it is oil logged. When I was recovering the refrigerant out of that one, I was a ton of oil in it. I think I had yeah, it was just a ton of oil. So started it up. You guys seen I had the high subcooling. I knew I had a TXV issue, but I thought maybe it would work itself out, or it would at least work until I got back with the new TXV. Well, no such luck. That compressor went out on thermal overload, so I disconnected it, and it's gonna stay disconnected until I come back with the new TXV. So when I come back with the new TXV, I'm going to try to get all the oil out of it. If I have to drain the coil, I'll have to drain the coil, and then we'll put a new TXV in. And then get that one back the way it's supposed to be. So, bummer. I thought I would be able to get by, but God had other plans. So, All right, guys, well, that's going to be it for this one. So if you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, that doesn't cost anything. But if you would like, you can become a member of the channel for $4.99 a month, and you'll get all kinds of cool features and perks along with that. So, all right, guys, I'm off to the next one.